Once upon a time, there was a single mother named Grace who lived with her only daughter, Amora. Life was not easy for them, but they had love, laughter, and peace. After many years alone, Grace met a man named Daniel. He was kind, gentle, and caring, or so he seemed. Grace fell in love with him, and soon they got married. Daniel became Amora's stepfather, and Amora became his stepdaughter. At first, they all lived happily together. Daniel treated Amora like his own daughter, helping her with school, taking her out for ice cream, and joking around. But as time went on, Amora began to feel uncomfortable. Daniel started behaving in ways that didn't feel right to her. Amora tried to tell her mother, but Grace didn't believe her at first. She thought Daniel was just being friendly or playful. "He's just showing you fatherly love," she told her daughter. Amora didn't want to argue, so she stayed quiet, but she still felt afraid. One day, Grace came home early from work because she wasn't feeling well. When she entered the house, she heard her daughter crying loudly from the bedroom. She froze. Something felt terribly wrong. Grace quietly looked through the slightly open door, and what she saw broke her heart. She realized her daughter had been telling the truth all along. Shaking and in tears, Grace stepped outside to gather her thoughts. She knew she needed to protect her daughter, but she had to be smart about it. Later that evening, Grace pretended everything was normal. She spoke calmly and even smiled at Daniel so he wouldn't suspect anything. Then she told him she was taking Amora out for a treat. She took her daughter to the hospital for medical care and then to her sister's house for safety. Grace explained everything to her sister, who promised to take care of Amora. Grace returned home alone that night. When Daniel asked where Amora was, Grace lied calmly, saying she had gone to spend the weekend with her cousins. He didn't suspect anything. The next day, Grace acted as if all was well. She smiled, cooked, and talked as usual. But deep inside, her heart was burning with pain and anger. She started planning quietly. By Monday morning, her plan was ready. She waited until Daniel had finished breakfast. Without him knowing, she had added something to his drink to make him fall asleep. Once he was asleep, Grace called in 3 men, as she hired, to help her. They tied Daniel's hands to the table so he wouldn't escape when he woke up. Hours later, Daniel opened his eyes, confused and scared. "What's going on?" he asked. Grace looked at him, tears in her eyes but her voice firm. "You betrayed my trust," she said. "I asked you about my daughter, and you lied. I believed you instead of her. I protected you when I should have protected her. You broke our family and destroyed the peace in this house." Daniel began to deny everything again, but Grace stopped him. She placed divorce papers in front of him and said, "Sign this." "I don't want your house or anything from you," Grace said. "I just want my freedom and my daughter's safety." Daniel tried to argue, but when he saw that she was serious, he finally signed the papers. Grace told him she had already withdrawn all the money in their joint account, and that if he ever tried to come after her or her daughter, she would go straight to the police with evidence. Oh, baby, why would you do that? All the $3 million, you withdrew everything?" he asked. "Yes. Every dollar," she replied. "We can settle this, please, my love," he pleaded. She looked at him coldly. "I'm not your love. Don't call me baby. If you come after me, I will press charges, and my daughter will testify. I will testify too. You will lose everything and still go to jail. I'm walking out of here, and you will do nothing." Daniel broke down, crying like a child. "Forgive me, my love. It was the devil's work." "The devil is about to work on you," Grace said sharply. She instructed the 3 boys, "Get to work." He said, "Work? Where? What are you talking about? What work? Which work?" he asked. 2 of the boys hold his hand on the table and one take off his trouser from the back. He said, "Please baby, don't let them do this to me." She get closer to him and say, "I will watch you feel pain and you have to experience the pain my daughter did." "Continue boys," she instructed. One of the guys forced himself in him. He shouted, "Oh my God, please stop, please." Crying like a baby, the 3 guys take turns on him, then he fainted. When they finished securing the situation, one of the men said, "It's done, ma'am." Grace handed them an envelope. "This is your payment." They thanked her and left the house. Grace walked out without looking back. She went straight to her sister's home, hugged her daughter tightly, and promised never to let anyone hurt her again. A week later, they moved to another city to start a new life. Grace opened a small business, and Amora returned to school. It wasn't easy, but slowly they healed. They learned that love is not blind, and that true strength is protecting the ones you love even when your heart is broken.